Hey guys, it's Eric from BigCommerce. Welcome to part 2 of the Partner Webinar series. If you enjoyed the last webinar, you're really in for a treat today. So make sure to take some notes because Jerry and JB from Madwire are going to go over some in-depth e-commerce strategies. Today they're going to go over things that will really help you grow your traffic, and they do it constantly with their current BigCommerce clients. They'll go over things like Facebook Social Shop integration, Sitemap generator, eBay integration. They'll talk extensively about the Google product feeds, Google and Bing webmaster tools, and things like Google Analytics that really drive home traffic to your site. Make sure also to pay attention when they talk about advanced search engine optimization strategies, because they'll go over things like keyword research, press release distribution, and various link building techniques. I won't waste any more time and we'll get into the meat of it. So JB and Jerry, take it away.
Hi, and welcome to the second partner webinar for BigCommerce. Today we're going to be covering a number of topics. My name is JB Kellogg from Madwire Media, and also with me I have Jerry Kelly. Jerry?
Hello everybody, welcome back.
So you can see the topics we're going to cover here on the screen today. What we're going to be looking at is basically the off-site marketing tips and tools that we have to offer with the BigCommerce platform and e-commerce in general. So you can see we're going to be talking about search engine optimization, which includes keyword research, link building, forum signature building, article and press release submissions as well. We're going to touch base on the Google-based submission, sitemap submissions, webmaster tools, product comparison shopping engines, Google Analytics, ECommerce Analytics, AdWords, the social shop plugin that BigCommerce offers, and also a social share application that can be helpful for you as well. So let's get started. So first thing we want to take a look at is here some keyword analysis. Jerry, do you want to cover this?
Yeah, you bet, JB. We're talking about keyword research here when we're looking at just overall keyword analysis. We went ahead and put in a word here, broad match word for BigCommerce, just to show the overall search volume for keyword and just kind of how this tracks here with regards to global and local search volume. This keyword here is obviously a short tail keyword. We like to focus on a long tail keyword, which is something in this nature, 3 words or more. You see the search volumes tend to be a little lower, but it's more targeted, tend to be a little more convertible traffic. Now when we're talking doing keyword research, you come at it from many different angles. You can put your core products, your core service right in here, get a lot of different keyword variations that you're trying to rank for and market towards, so that's a great tool. You can look at the competition of that keyword. If you see a high competition rate with good search volume, those are keywords you're going to want to target. Another way, if you don't have initially a keyword list to start from, just go ahead and load your URL in right here and it will pull the content from your site and paste it in. If you don't have an existing site, just paste your competitor's site in there and you'll see their keyword lists.
Yeah, and so the tool that we're looking at here is the Google Traffic Estimator, and you can get to this tool here. Just go to Google and search Google Traffic Estimator. It should be right at the top of the list. Click on that. Once you're inside of this tool, you can click this keyword tool link right here. When you click that, then you can enter in the keywords that you want to research right here. So for example, we can enter in a different keyword just so you can see it, kind of how it works here. So let's try just pet supplies, just for an example. You can see that that is searched, looks like 301,000 times globally. Locally means like within our country, nationally. That's 165,000 times. And then also you can see all the related keywords that come up, and you can see some more targeted keywords here like pet supplies delivered or wholesale pet supplies, little longer tail keywords. Not as many searches, but it's more targeted. It'll be easier to rank higher for those types of keywords than it is for this high level keyword, which has a lot more searches and the competitive level is pretty high. There's a little bar graph here that shows the competitive level. Jerry, do you want to explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is pulling the competition or the price for that particular keyword, basically how many people are competing for it to get on page 1 of Google. Now this data is obviously getting pulled through the Google's paid search platform, so that's kind of how these numbers come to be. Another cool tool here is if you mouse over the magnifying glass, you can view search trends in Google's Insight for Search. It basically shows you the demographic breakout, hot keywords, rising keywords wrapped around, in this case, pet supplies online. So this will peel the onion a little deeper for you as well if you're looking for keyword variations or strings. Let's try one more thing here just so we can show you. Go ahead and erase that if you would. Just type a URL in there for me, JB. So you type the URL in or paste it in, however you go about doing that, and it shows you all the keywords. This is the content portion of the particular URL we pasted in that Google has crawled, and it shows you the keywords that come up with this particular site. So you can see a real good keyword list string here that you could go about pulling from marketing. Once again, you want to be long tail specific, have high competition value with some local search volume that has some traffic but not too competitive, depending on your marketing budget, of course.
Okay, and you can always see what sites are ranking for particular keywords just by clicking on the keyword there. It'll bring up a Google search and it'll show you basically the first page rankings here for that keyword, also who's running paid search, their ad copy, and all that. So it's a real helpful tool to use, and that is again the Google Traffic Estimator tool. One thing that's important with getting traffic off-site is building links. So beyond keyword research and making sure your site is optimized for its keywords so you can rank organically for your select keywords, you also want to build links. Google looks at links basically as votes to your website. So the more quality votes that you have, the higher you're going to rank for your competitors. And there's some ways that you can build links quicker, and one of the ways that we recommend is press releases. So there's some services that you can use that we'd recommend. There's a free press release service at free-press-release.com. They also have some paid versions. You can see the differences here on their site. The free version, of course, is this one over here. They also have some premium versions that you can purchase and send out an interesting article that is intended to build links. So you want to write an article that's going to be captivating, interesting to the audience. You want to make sure that the links are built into the article to your website. And that way, if that article is interesting and gets picked up by a number of different sources, you're going to build your links quicker to your website. And they're going to be qualified links that are relative to your keywords, and so you're going to increase in rankings for those select keywords. PR Web is another one which is very popular that we recommend and we use as well, and it has a lot of different options that you can take in terms of submitting a press release. It has bullet points here explaining the differences between them. But those are effective as well at increasing links and traffic to your website. And let's just take a look at an example article. Here's a press release that was recently submitted on PR Web, and you can see in this article it's got some important factors. See these highlighted links here? They have the targeted keywords anchor linking to the website. So you can see product, review, services, which is the best keyword for this particular company. And you can see that that word itself is highlighted to their website. So that's going to help them rank, as opposed to this link here, which is just their domain name that's linking to their site. This is not going to be as much link juice as this one is here that has the anchor link text linking to the site. So those are some things you want to keep in mind when you're writing your articles and implement that into your article. There's some additional links in here. You can see that is in there again. So this is, if this article gets picked up by a number of different sources, that's going to increase the links dramatically to that website, and in the end it's going to help their rankings increase for this particular keyword, product, review, services, which is what they're going for. You have anything else to add on press releases, Jerry?
Yeah, and another thing about PR Web that's kind of nice, you can put video in here, which is cool. You also see the share with friends. This is a great way to get the word out and get the additional social media piece exposure that you need. That will also help as well. Not just getting it picked up from third-party news agencies, but have a little social media presence as well.
Okay, so I'll just remind you in our first webinar, if you weren't there for that, or if you were, we did cover the on-site SEO techniques with title tags and making sure your keywords are embedded in your content and you're blogging about those keywords and all those things. So today we're covering some of the off-site techniques and expanding on that. If you did not see that first webinar, you can still rewatch it from BigCommerce. Just go to their blog. They have a link on there to rewatch it, or give us a call and we can direct you in the right location to help fill the gap there if you missed that first webinar. Here's another way to help build links. Go out to a company or a magazine or anything that specializes in what you're selling. So in our case, for example, we're obviously a web design and internet marketing company, so a magazine that relates to what we do is Website Magazine. And what we've done is contact them and worked with them to write some stories or be interviewed on specific stories. And when they publish those stories, typically there's a link to our website in there. And so it's a public relations technique to get your name out there, become an expert in your field across other magazines and various websites that are talking about your topics, and be a player in that realm and get links to your website, and those links are going to be relative to your content, so Google's really going to give you extra credit for those types of links and help your site rank better for its select keywords. So here's an article that we were highlighted in, Web Design Trends 2011 and Beyond, and it references Madwire Media in a number of places, and on the website copy it does have a link back to our website, and so that's helped us rank better for our select keywords. Here's another thing you can do. Websites that have blogs or forums especially constantly have articles and are looking for comments and feedback, and so if you go and subscribe to those blogs and those forums that are talking about the types of things that you're selling, make sure that you are active on those blogs and make comments. So you can see on this blog post on our website there's a comment about this particular website. I love that site, and you can see there's a link in there. Now if you were to comment about this site, you could make any kind of comment you want in here and put your name, of course, your email address, write something in there that is going to be of interest to the viewers, and put a link back to your site as an expert. That way, if you're responding to other blogs and forums across various websites and you have good responses and you're including a link in there and those comments are being accepted by the website company that you're posting those comments on, those links are going to be coming back to your website, and you're going to have more links and be able to increase your link juice. So these are just some tips and some techniques that we use and we recommend for building links to your site, because links are very important to your site in order to increase your ranking organically for your select keywords. So let's move along here beyond the link building and some of the offsite SEO techniques to the Google base submission, which is another important tool that you want to get working for you. And Jerry is going to walk you through how to do this and the details and how that'll benefit you.
Yeah, JB, the Google base feed's a pretty cool tool here that BigCommerce is integrated with. This is a live account here that we're looking at, so let's go back and take a look at an example cart, how we got access to this particular area. If you go to the marketing tab and go to the Google base feed, you'll actually be able to export the products from Google, the feed file here. Just click that link, it'll download it. From there, go ahead and pick that download up and export it over here. So if I click the data feed option here, you'll be able to manually upload the data feed. And here's what that looks like. You'll just choose that file. I've obviously named the feed BigCommerce.xml for myself, so I realize that that's the one I'm running. You can have multiple feeds running as well, but typically you only want to have one feed for your core products. That works well. So you hit choose file and you upload it, and that will take about an hour to upload once complete. Once all the products are searchable and uploadable, you can set a schedule. Here you can make it weekly, daily, monthly, the date, time, whatever you need to do for how often you're changing your products. So this is a nice little feature to ensure all your products are constantly being uploaded and searchable across Google base feeds as well. So I'm just going to continue to walk through some of the functionality of the Merchant Center, which is the area we're in. If you want to access this, you just go to google.com, merchants, the Merchant Center, and you can click on the link and search for it as well. So when you actually get the products uploaded, here's what it'll look like. You can see your product titles, which BigCommerce is phenomenal at allowing you to title that the correct way so that it is searchable. So this does integrate nicely in with their base feeds. You can see all the products are searchable. There's over 367 of them in this case. Another little cool feature if you're running your AdWords campaign is you can sync up your products with your actual ad copy. And you can see a checkbox here that actually shows that that's the actual case that your ads are running with your actual products. How do you do that? There's a little tab over here in the settings area, and you click AdWords, and then you just enter in your I believe it's a 10-digit customer ID number and add it, and then go to your AdWords account and you'll see it sync up. Real easy to deal with. Another area that you're going to want to be familiar with, it's pretty intuitive, is the General tab. This is where you're going to lay in all your store settings. For this particular client, you're going to have to verify and claim the URL. Real easy to set up. If you need any help, give us a call. We'll help you out with it. It's not a problem. So let's go back to the main dashboard overview, and I want to really talk about how we look at the data, how we increase the search volume for our products, how we get better ranking on our products, how we go about writing some better ad copy maybe with the organic listing. So this is just a high-level graph. It shows you a daily count of the products that were searchable, the product ads, and how many clicks you're receiving from this. This is free clicks. This is low-hanging fruit for you. This is real value here for your business. So if we go back to the products tab and we come over here to the impressions and clicks, you can see the amount of impressions this particular keyword or product has gotten and how many clicks it has. So that's pretty cool. So what I look for with clients is, in this case right here, a lot of impressions but no clicks. So what I recommend to a client is maybe changing the meta tag description around on a particular product, putting a price point in there or a call to action, and we'll talk about that. So let's take a look at the PetSafe PIF one. Go ahead and click right here. I've already loaded it for you so you can see it. And basically I just highlighted the actual product name and pasted it in Google, and I want to show you where it's located. And here's where it's ranking right here. So what we'd want to do here is just rename this particular area here that Google has just crawled by default. Maybe put a call to action in there, put a price, something like this, best price, free shipping, some sort of call to action in the actual organic listing so that you can get that click. Work on changing your meta tag descriptions around. That's going to be very helpful for you. So let's also see, and this is also an organic listing, just so you know, this is how this product is ranking organically within the search engine results page. This area obviously here is paid search, so it's separate from what we're talking about here. Let's take a look at the shopping platform itself and see where this particular product is ranking. If we scroll down here, we should see Pet Store Unlimited. Here he is right here, and you can see he's competitively priced with similar things, so you know he's got a great chance at a sell as well. Anything you want to add to the Google base feeds, JB?
No, I just it's a necessity for any online store to use the Google base feeds, because shoppers are using either their phone or their computer at work or at home to search for products online. One of the things they're looking for is shopping comparisons, like the Google base feed shopping tab, where they can look at all the different companies offering the same product, shopping comparison, the price, and then click on the links to go to the product pages and research that product. So if you're not ranking in there, you're not in the mix to be looked at. So it's definitely something you want to make sure that your Google base feed is working and you're doing it properly on a monthly basis or however often you want to do it, so that you are ranking organically in the Google base shopping comparison engine. Another thing you want to make sure that you do is a necessity with every site is to submit your sitemap to Google. That way all of your pages and products can index correctly. And BigCommerce allows an easy way to do that here. You can just go right into the back end, click on the marketing tab, go down to where it says Google Sitemap right here, click that, and it'll give you the link. So basically this link right here, you just want to copy that link, go to your Google base account, your Google Webmaster Tools account. If you don't have one, you can set one up. Here's what it looks like after you set it up. It's just Google Webmaster Tools. If you search that, it'll bring up the first page. Top link, click on that. When you get into your dashboard, there's a lot of different things to look at, but to add your sitemap is just right down here in the bottom right hand corner. You can see this sitemap has been submitted and it's good to go. It's got a green check mark. Number of pages indexed 278, which is good. If the sitemap was not in here, you'd have a button that would say submit the sitemap. Just click that button paste that link that you just got from BigCommerce, and that's it. Everything else should work properly. So within Webmaster Tools, there's a lot of little tools that you can use. You can see the links to your site. Here's some sites that are linking here. We talked about link building earlier, so you can see WordPress.com is linking to this particular site. Sonic.net is linking to it, so you can click the More button to see more there. You can also see the total number of links coming from those sites. So you can see which sites are driving you the most links. Maybe PR Web is one of those if you do a lot of press releases. Also, if you're writing in forums and commenting on blogs, you should see those websites in here as well and see that those links are adequately being counted towards you. You can see the search queries that are driving the most impressions to your site, what people are searching. You can click the More tab to see more of those as well. If you have any errors, there'll be crawl errors that show up over here, and you can investigate those errors and correct them if they're errors that need to be corrected. So that's over there as well. And then there's a bunch of additional little tools over here on the left side that you can play around with and really make sure that your site is in good standing with Google. And Webmaster Tools has all the tools to help you to do that. So Bing also has a Webmaster Tools. Works basically the same. You can submit your site to Bing right there. You can set up an account as well, log in, and do basically the same sorts of things as Google. We recommend that you use Google Webmaster Tools and Bing Webmaster Tools at minimum with your website. Now we're going to take a look at another tool inside of BigCommerce that's very important. If you go to the Marketing tab and go down to the third one down here, Shopping Comparison Sites. It's similar to the Google Base Feed in the theory and the way that it works, but this allows you to submit your site to a number of shopping comparison sites, which Jerry can elaborate on.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool feature that BigCommerce has put in as well. Here's a list of the shopping comparison sites that you can get submitted upon. In this case, I've clicked BizRate and Shopzilla and Bezo. So if you click Save, it'll go ahead and put a tab up here. You click that tab, and then you click the particular one that you want your product selected in. What's really neat that BigCommerce has done for you guys is they've put together this follow this step-by-step tutorial for each one of these. Here's the actual site. Shopzilla in this case, what it looks like. Let me go back to the actual example. So each one of these is clickable. If you follow the step-by-step tutorial, it'll open up a little guide here, and it's really intuitive. You walk through it step by step. Every instruction is exactly as you need. They screen printed each area. It works really nice. It's not hard to set up, and then all your products will be searchable across these shopping comparison sites. Some of them are a cost per click platform, just very similar to the PPC advertising within Google, but it gives you the opportunity to be down to a niche market for your products. You get into certain categories, you'll roadmap all that, and this talks about how you go about setting that up.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at something that I'm sure we're all familiar with, which is Google Analytics. And Google Analytics is very important for doing any kind of analysis on your website. So let's see what page here. Here's the Google Analytics platform. To find it, just Google search Google Analytics. If you don't have an account, you can set one up right here. Click Sign Up Now. To access your analytics, just click the Access button, and it will allow you to log into Google Analytics, where you can review a site's statistics and analysis and adequately research what your best keywords are, your bounce rate, a number of different factors. There's also an ECommerce Analytics tool, which is hugely important for e-commerce sites that you can implement into your BigCommerce store. That's offered by Google Analytics, and so Jerry works with this every day. I'm going to have him explain the advantages to this, some things that you should really focus on inside of analytics, especially the e-commerce analytics, and how this will benefit you in terms of analysis of your website's performance.
With regards to analytics, this is one of the most important things that you're going to look at. Data is key in making decisions with going about how you're going to put together your marketing campaigns, what keywords you're going to target, most importantly, measuring the results of all of that. So this is just, I'm going to high level just basically hit on what some of these terms are. We're going to drill down a little bit, talk about some of the most important ones in the left nav over here in the dashboard. We kind of hit on this a little bit in the first webinar, like JB said earlier. If you didn't get a chance to be a part of that, definitely go back, reach back in there and take a look at that first webinar in conjunction with this one. It's a great one. Okay, so if we look at just a high level, here up here is just your date time range that we're looking at. In this case, it's just a month snapshot. You see just a rolling graph here, line graph. It's got the the daily search volume. That's what each one of these are. Another little cool thing, you can put annotations in here, like when we cut press releases or we make changes to our actual ads or anything that we're doing that we need to annotate in the actual graph to look for measurements 20 days after that. This is how you'd go about doing that. Pretty cool feature. So you definitely want to do that as you're going through setting that up. So in this case, let's go ahead and put one in just to kind of show you how that works. So in this case, just a test, you'd hit save, and then you see it puts a little note there, and this is what that would look like, so you can see. So if as you come over here, you can just mouse over it. So if we was to cut a press release here, you can see that the traffic change. So the idea is that you have date timestamps of when you've made changes to your site, when you've made changes to your overall marketing campaigns. This is a great way to measure it before and after. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. Really easy to do. Just create a new annotation. So that's how I go about using the dashboard. There's many different views here. You can go day, week, and month. So that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to now climb down to just the raw data portion here and kind of how I go about looking at this. We're talking just overall site usage here. These three areas here are the areas that I like to look at: bounce rate, average time on site, and new visitors. You're always going to want new people coming to your store. It's the lifeblood of your business. It's needed. So that's always the number you want to be high. Average time on site, you want that to be high as well. This is a great indicator of relevance of traffic. Bounce rate is one of those things that you want to be as low as possible. For example, if I have 10 people coming to the site and 7 of them stay, that's a 30% bounce rate. So that's a good number. That means that traffic stayed. It's relevant. They found what they're looking for. Remember, you only have about 2.5 seconds to sell them on your service or business. So it's key that this number is low. And just by the very nature of this number being low, this number will be high. Because they're investigating, they're in the buying decision process. So these work in conjunction to each other. Page views are also very important, as it would reflect the time on site. That should be relevant as well. Another area that I like to look at is the unique visitors that are coming to the site. These are brand new people that have never been to the store. Google does reset this time. About I think every 6 months that gets reset with regards to the new visitors. So this, you can't, if you keep coming back and keep coming back, it's only one visit. Another area that I like to look at, if we're running targeted campaigns, you can really get into the map overlay and you can drill down to the actual city. So if you're looking for a local exposure, you can look at the local area that you're working in. If you're looking at a United States map view, you can come in here and look at that. So you can see the US, Canada, United Kingdom. You can see where all this traffic's coming from. You can see the bounce rate relevancy of that actual traffic. So you can look in the UK, there's a 75% bounce rate, when comparatively in the US, there's a 30% bounce rate. Obviously a lot of the traffic is here in the US and the States because that's where this particular marketing campaign is being tracked from. So if we go back now to the dashboard, just to get us back to where we were, we'll continue kind of going down this high-level view here. Another little area that's pretty cool is the traffic sources overview. This will actually break out the organic and the other portion that you can market toward. You see your cost per click is a huge traffic driver. You see the Bing organic, the Yahoo organic, the direct, and the Google. So you can see how you're organically ranking. You can see the top keywords for this particular area that he's getting good traffic from in this particular case. Has a pie chart that breaks it out, just a nice visual indicator. You can see whether it's direct traffic, which means they're typing it in, the referring site traffic, or the search engine traffic. In this case, the three major players, Yahoo, Bing, and Google, which is what this consists of. Let's go back to the dashboard as well. Content overview, pretty cool here. You can go to the index page. I want to show you this page because there's a cool feature within here, and it's called the in-page analytics. If you click this, you can actually pull up the actual store here, and it'll show you how people are navigating through this particular store. Really neat. It'll show you the clicks of each actual area. So here you can really start to peel the onion on where you need to put your call to actions with how your traffic is navigating through the site. Pretty cool feature. that you want to take advantage of when you're talking just inside analytics. Kind of go back here. And the next one area is, this is just a breakout of the pages they're going through. So let's click the hospital beds full electric page. You can look at the bounce rate on that actual page. That's really good. Time on site, that's okay because they're moving through the site pretty quick, going to the areas that they want to get to actually get to checkout. So that's not an indicator of a problem there. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard. We're just going to wrap it up and take a look at just some keywords just real quick. Here's some keywords that they're main traffic drivers. So you want to make sure this fits your niche market. You're creating content around these keywords because that will help you organically grow your business. If you're running any type of paid search, that will be reflective here. So these are the keywords that are obviously highly targeted with this business as it makes sense. It's hospital beds. So you can see that these keywords have real relevance and also indicated by the bounce rate. Last thing I want to show you that's pretty cool, you can set goals for your campaigns. You also have this little area here that's pretty new called ECommerce Tracking. You can actually look at the sales being generated from each platform. You can see the products that are sold. You can look at the cost per click. You can look at the organic traffic that's generating sales. You can break it out into the different traffic sources up here. Once again, this is just a snapshot of the preceding areas over here, but it actually shows you the revenue tied to each one of these areas, which is pretty cool. You can see the overall conversion rate, sale per order. So the e-commerce overview code, definitely want to have that integrated on the site. Jim, you have anything to add to the overall Google Analytics?
No, I mean, I think you covered it pretty well, high level. We could literally probably talk about this for 2 or 3 hours straight, right?
Yeah,
all the stuff in analytics and everything that you can do, but just from a high level, those are some things to look at. And the e-commerce tracking is important to get that working on your site because you can see what keywords are driving you the most sales. Because in the end, that's the only thing that's important. You can get traffic from who knows how many different keywords, but not all of those keywords are going to actually drive you sales. So what you need to do is focus on more of the things that are working and less of the things that are not. And so the keywords that start driving you the sales should be the keywords that you're link building on, that you're blog writing on, that you're building all of your content on your site around those keywords so that your rankings continually increase. And if you are at the top, that you stay on the top because those are the keywords that pay the bills. So that's very important and something that you should definitely keep track of and stay on top of on a consistent basis. So we'll continue moving along here. I want to take a look at a couple other tools. I know we're running short on time here. See if we can cover some of these things real quick. And one of the things we want to look at is the AdWords tool that's built inside of BigCommerce. Makes it real easy for you to get started with an AdWords campaign, and BigCommerce has that built right inside there. If you click on the marketing tab, scroll down to the Google AdWords button there, click on that, and you'll arrive on this kind of a page here. So Jerry, do you want to explain kind of how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. This is pretty cool as well. You can add every one of your products in your store. Put it has some code here essentially that will change based on the actual product itself. So this will change depending on each product. That's pretty cool, little wildcard feature, if you will. There, same here. The summary could change. This is the, if you will, call to action that will always be there. So what BigCommerce has is this area here will load the price of your actual product. This area here will actually be a snapshot summary of your product, and then this will just be your product name. So that's what these particular areas are for. This is just your call to action. So when you click the checkbox, you upload it, and it's gonna also put your product link in so it's relevant and specific. The thing that's cool about this is it creates the ad for you, and you just then take that and export it and then upload it into your AdWords campaign. If you need any help with that, please give us a call. I can help you out with that, walk you through it, and show you how the functionality of this works. Why is it important to run ads to the actual product level? Because your quality score is very important with determining the price per click that you're going to pay across Google's keyword search platform. So it's very important that you have keyword relevant content with your ad copy. This is a phenomenal way to just make sure that that's the case. And it's pretty quick and easy. You just export it and it yanks it all into a spreadsheet that you can then make the minor tweaks that you need and then re-upload it. Another thing I like to do when I'm writing my ads is I can be pretty specific. Now this is actually if I'm in the ad itself, but you can write specific stuff here. You could go pet store, you could go beds, you could add whatever keyword that you're trying to target in this particular area. Another thing you can do is what's called Google's keyword insertion tool, which the code on that looks something very much similar to this, which will automatically put whatever keywords that you're searching for in this area that I'm typing. So right now I'm just going to write a generic little thing here just so it's there and I can complete the code. But when you actually write the ad copy, it'll show up. There's a character limit here. But when you're in the ads itself, it's a pretty cool feature. The keyword insertion tool is something you're gonna want to use. That's pretty cool. You can go to Google and type in keyword insertion tool and just read more about that, or give me a call and I'll help you out with it.
Yeah, one mistake a lot of retailers will make is they'll write ad copy directly from AdWords and they will link those ads just to their home page. But if you want to have a higher conversion rate, you should make specific ads about specific things and link to those specific pages and products. So, for example, if you were doing paid search on, bark collar here, rather than just driving those ads to the home page, you should drive those ads directly to the bark collar category page or the product page, and this little tool here allows you to do that.
Yeah, so like we were saying earlier, let's say you wanted to do the bark collar. You'd have bark collar, that would be the names. Then you just add bark collar right here as well. This is what I was referring to. Now you have a keyword relevant in there as well in your actual ad copy, which is nice because that will highlight bold across Google's search platform, and the more areas you have in bold, that just draws the eye to that area.
Yeah, so if you have any questions on this, feel free to give us a call. I know we're moving pretty fast here. So moving along, another tool that BigCommerce has underneath the marketing tab is the Facebook social shop plugin. Really nice little tool. You can get to it just by going again to the marketing tab here. Click on that and then go down to sell on Facebook there. And then from here you can see basically what the tool will look like on your Facebook page. Just click this link here and it will basically give you step-by-step directions on how to install that. So it's pretty simple. Just follow it, one step at a time. It covers everything. There's nice screenshots there. First you'll have to set up your Facebook page, of course, but once that's done, you can go ahead and follow these steps to get the shop app up and working on your website. So let's see if we have an example. So here's an example of a BigCommerce store that has the shop app installed. You can see on the left side here, just click the shop tab. You can see you can buy products directly from Facebook, which is huge. So tons of search and users on Facebook on a daily basis. Most trafficked used websites on the internet. And you can shop basically right online through the BigCommerce Facebook app plugin that you can install very easily from the back end of BigCommerce and your Facebook page and tie it all in together. So for example, you can click on one of these products and boom, takes you right to the page you can check out. So pretty effective little tool there that is offered right from the BigCommerce platform, which tools like that are really the types of tools that set BigCommerce apart. The marketing tools that are built inside of BigCommerce really giving you an advantage selling online compared to other shopping carts. So that's just one of them. Another little tool that we like to use here in particular with the sites that we design and develop is a tool that we call the Social Share plugin. And basically what that does is it allows you to share that product with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, or email. So for example, usually how it works on this particular site here, you can simply click that banner to activate it, but typically what you'll do is you'll set that up so that on the checkout, when somebody purchases a product from you, they'll receive this secondary offer, which allows them in this case to save an additional 40% off of the next order by simply sharing the offer with their friends. And so what happens is if you click on one of these, like let's say that I want to share this on Facebook in order to make that savings, it'll bring up a little window here with a default, little template. Here's a 40% gift coupon, etc. You can post that to your wall, which will then all of your friends on Facebook, let's say you have 100, let's say you have 500, they will all see that offer and it will go viral, which is, what you're looking for with the social media marketing aspect of your website. And so this allows you to take advantage of everybody that purchases something from your website or visits your website, and not only sell it to them, but also get your name and your product out in the fronts of the faces of all of the different people that know the person that purchased from you or visited your site. So it really expands out across a huge audience, and through Facebook especially, and Twitter, and even email, you can generate a lot of backdoor sales from that one visit, and turn that one visit or that one sale into potentially several hundreds of sales. So that's an important tool. That takes a little extra effort to get that installed and working on your website, but it isn't difficult, so we're more than happy to help you get that type of thing going. Feel free to give us a call. We can answer any questions that you have on that. Another thing we want to take a look at here is an additional way to capture more sales online is to get your products listed on eBay as well. And BigCommerce offers a nice little integration tool here. If you click on the Marketing tab, again, go down to Sell on eBay. There's a nice little page here which explains how to do this. Just click this Tutorial tab right here. This window comes up. Basically, it's just like the other tools we've been looking at. It has step-by-step instructions on how you set up your store so that you can sell your products on eBay as well. It walks you every step of the way right through it all, so you should be set after you follow those instructions. But this cart, BigCommerce, allows you to do all of these wonderful things, including sell on eBay, right from the back-end dashboard of BigCommerce, the admin area of your site, and just follow all these little steps and tools. And if you do all these things and do them correctly, your site's not only going to rank better, but you're going to have more traffic, and as a result, you're going to have more sales. So that concludes our webinar for today. Covered a lot of different topics on off-site marketing. This is the second webinar of the series. The first webinar we covered a number of additional topics as well, so make sure you watch that if you haven't. The third webinar we have coming up here is going to cover a lot of the on-site tools and techniques that BigCommerce offers, and e-commerce marketing tips that we have in general, which are going to cover the different things like the internal stats within BigCommerce, the coupon codes that you can activate, gift certificates, promo banners, email marketing, third-party integrations to things like Olark and Ordoro, which is an inventory management system, that are all going to help you sell more online. And there's tons of additional tools we still have to cover here on BigCommerce. We're going to move into those topics into the third webinar here. If you have any questions after this webinar, feel free to give us a call. Again, the number here is 888-872-3734 at Madwire Media. You can also call BigCommerce directly, and they're very helpful as well. Jerry, any final comments?
I just want to hope that was helpful. Hopefully we gave you a lot of good information to help you grow your business and your store. If you need any help, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. Looking forward to the next webinar we can have with you.
For a reference guide to this webinar and also a link to the forum thread about this webinar, visit support.bigcommerce.com/questions/1312, and that'll take you to the reference page, which has links to the things that we talked about today, and also a link to the forum thread. Just click this link right here, and that'll take you to the forum that will be discussing all the topics here that we talked about today. Thanks for coming.